I'm going to show you how I'm rigging up a fish finder in an aluminum canoe. I'm going to use this 1x4 with 2 tiny C-clamps. These are 1-inch C-clamps. Now you could use bigger ones. I've got really big ones down here keeping this mount on for my trolling motor, but in that case they have to be bigger and heavier duty because the wood's bigger and it's holding a lot more weight on the canoe. And I was going to put it over top of this bar here, maybe to add a little bit more strength, but it's pretty solid and it only has to hold the weight of this, which I plan on putting kind of over here off to the left. I plan on putting the transducer over here using this Scotty track, which you would just sit on there and get screwed down to this piece of wood. I've got the Scotty mount, I believe it's the 141 Scotty mount. It's the same one I used on my kayak before I sold that and purchased my other canoe. This is a great kayak and canoe mount. I've got it all figured out here and assembled and everything and ready to go on this track right over here. Nothing's permanent on canoes. I would not recommend ever screwing into something like a kayak or a canoe for many reasons, resale being the main one, and also because if you change your mind, because we're constantly coming up with better ways to do things. As outdoorsmen, we're relatively creative when it comes to mounting things and kind of doing DIY projects on with our gear. You want to make sure that whatever you put on you can easily take off and you don't have to patch holes or redo problems that you created in the past. And this also gives me opportunity to perhaps drill a couple holes for some pliers to go down. So if I were to take a hole saw and drill a hole to keep these fish pliers down, I could do that as well. Just little things to make your life a little easier when you're fishing in a canoe. If you're wondering what this rope is for, this is just something on here really quick. I always tie extra ropes onto all my gear with carabiners so I can put tackle and stuff. I can clip it on so it doesn't fall out and we don't lose it. So here's a quick update on my progress so far. If you look here, I've got the Scotty 141 transducer mount. It comes with this little connection here, and on a kayak that's great because what you do with that is you take this base right here, put it inside, and you've got your transducer mount, transducer, and your little screen right here for your locator all in one spot. I didn't want that in this situation because I want to be able to lift out the transducer, and what happens is that the transducer bumps into this right here. It bumps into that, and it has more space to lay over in this area over here. I was only given 2 options as far as I'm concerned without going to the store to purchase something else. I could either put it on here, drill into the wood, which is fine, or put it up there like I had before. And so what I did was I decided to drill into the wood. So this is just screwed down with stainless steel wood screws, 3 of them. I had them over here originally right in the center of the canoe, but that's usually where my camera goes, the one I'm holding right now. It's not a big deal to move this stuff around. I could put my camera or something over there, and that way you have the center open for maybe a cup holder, rod holder in the center. I like rod holders in the center sometimes. I mean, you have a lot of options with this. You can drill a circle in here, little hole, and put your pliers through it. So using a board like this really gives you options for where you want to put things. If you buy or you use metal or some kind of aluminum across there that's been welded together, something like that, it's hard to work with. Wood is very easy to work with and to customize. This is going to go on like this. You click it in there, and then basically you're all set to go. You've got your transducer over there. You have this right here. This you can also put a rod holder in. Scotty makes rod holders that go into this right here, and so that's probably what I'll end up using that for. I have 2 rod holders that clamp onto the canoe. Those are really nice, but since this is here I might as well use it. I don't know yet. The thing I like about kayaks and canoes is generally you can do whatever you want with it. With canoes you can do far more in my opinion because kayaks are already kind of customized for you. I know that's kind of an oxymoron, but they have the tracks in place for your gear. They have their cup holders where the company wants them to go instead of you deciding where you want that stuff to go. You can add your own, but a lot of times kayaks come with those things, and some canoes do as well. But this canoe is it's an aluminum canoe. It's pretty basic. I haven't decided on the battery yet, which is down here. This is an ice fishing battery. Obviously it has to go down there on the ground. It's not the setup you're going to find, online for a really fancy setup, but it works. I'm all about functionality and not breaking the bank to have something that just simply works. I did screw in this track right here to this wood. You can see the tiny C-clamps over here. I just clamped it to here, and this little aluminum rim, which is why you only need an inch. This is a 1/2 inch right here, this wood. This little aluminum rim is probably like a 1/16. It's very small. If you have a kayak as well and you like kayak and canoe fishing, check out these videos up here. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new.